gospel is the mission of wives and mothers to the young women workers. If they will, they can exert an influence for good to all around them. By modesty in dress and circumspect deportment, they can bear witnesses to the truth in its simplicity. They may let their light so shine before all that others will see their good works and glorify their Father in heaven. A truly converted woman will exert a powerful transforming influence for good. And this was taken from manuscript 91, 1908. Women, we have more power than we credit ourselves with. Do you believe that? It's just that we really don't know how much power we have. In Testimonies, Volume 2, page 465, Ellen White says, women may have a transforming influence if they will only consent to yield their way and their will to God and let Him control their minds, affections, and being. They can have an influence which tends to refine and elevate those with whom they associate. But this class is generally unconscious of the power they possess. They exert an unconscious influence which seems to work out naturally from a sanctified life, a renewed heart. It is the fruit that grows naturally upon the good tree of divine planting. Self is forgotten, merged in the light of Christ. To be rich in good works is as natural as their breath. They live to do others good, and yet they are ready to say, we are unprofitable servants. In other words, they do not take the glory for themselves. All that they do and their influence is because their lives are hidden in Christ. If we as women would wisely improve our time and faculties, relying upon God for wisdom and strength, we may stand on equal equity with our husbands as advisor, counselor, companion, and co-worker, and yet not lose our womanly grace or modesty, which means that we can work together with our partners. It will not take anything from us. We won't lose our modesty or our grace. We may elevate our own character, and as we do this, we will be elevating and ennobling the characters of our family and exerting a powerful influence, though unconscious, to us. Women are powerful tools in God's hands. Take, for example, Hannah. She prayed and she conceived and dedicated Samuel to the Lord's service. Esther prayed and God imbued her with super courage to go in unto the king uninvited, which resulted in the lives of her people being saved. Mary was the first to announce the risen Lord. And there are many more examples of women who gave themselves in the service of God. Sisters, let us not underestimate our worth and what God can do as we yield ourselves to Him. If we dedicate ourselves to prayer, then God can use us in a potent way. We will no longer be ordinary women, but extraordinary. We will never lose sight of our goal. The bread of idleness will not be served to us, neither will we serve it. 1 Peter 2, verse 9 says that we are a peculiar people, a holy nation. That means we are very special. Helen White in Review and Herald, dated December 19, 1878, says, women of firm principle and dedicated characters are needed. Women who believe that they are indeed living in the last days and that they have a solemn message of warning to give to the world. As women, we should feel that we are engaged in an important work in spreading the rays of hope which heaven has shed upon us. Nothing will deter this class from their duty. Nothing will discourage them in their work. They will have faith for time and for eternity. They fear God and will not be diverted from the work by temptation of lucrative situations and attractive prospects. These are the ones who will correctly represent their faith, whose words will be fitly spoken like apples of gold in pitchers of silver. Sisters, God calls us to work in the harvest field and help gather in the sheaves. The theme of the Bible is Jesus and how he died to save men. The plan of salvation assures us that he is coming back soon. Are you ready to stand in your place? Are you ready to look in his face? Can you look up and say, "This is my Lord"? Are you ready for Jesus to come? Only those who heed the call are the ones who are ready. Today is a call to action, a call to commit, not just to stand in solidarity, not to stand just for the show, but a day to present ourselves before God, realizing that we have not been that woman that he wants us to be.